What's going on, Internet? My name is BlackLightAttack, and the day has finally come that I can bring you some Brink gameplay. This is day 1, technically day 2, because it's like 4 a.m. right now at the time of my recording this, but as you can tell, I'm pretty tired. I'm a little beat. I was in the hospital yesterday. It turned out, don't worry, it only turned out to be a stomach virus, but it was bizarre because I'd never been hit by anything that hard. I literally thought I might be dying, and I'm not a hypochondriac. That's not like a normal thing. That some people, they get sick and they immediately assume they're dying, but I was hit by these symptoms so hard. It started out, I was really cold, and I started shivering so violently that my muscles started to ache, and I couldn't get warm no matter what I did, and I didn't even have a fever. Eventually I developed a fever, and I've been walking around with a limp all day as sort of a secondary symptom, as sort of an indirect symptom. What happened was, the day before, I'd been doing yard work and I ended up like pulling my hamstring. And the most important, sorry, I'm way out of it right now. The most important thing when you've torn a muscle for muscle regrowth is to stay hydrated. And I was extremely nauseated. I was so nauseated that I couldn't I couldn't even drink water. I couldn't, water was making me sick. So I was completely dehydrated, and I don't mean thirsty, I mean dehydrated. And because of that, my leg's kind of fucked up right now, and that muscle's just really sore. So I've been walking with a limp all day. Did make it into work though, and I'm feeling worlds better. The fever's pretty much broken. It was only like a 24-48 hour thing anyway, but it was really strange. I was really worried that I wasn't going to get to play Brink because I wasn't even feeling up to playing video games. I was worried that I wouldn't be able to make it into work. I was worried that I couldn't record, but here it is. I'm feeling better. I don't know if it was because it's really that short-lived a bug, or if it's actually because my body is so willing to play Brink that my immune system just fought off the bug right away. I think that it's the second one. So what do I think about this game? Right now we're doing some defending. I'm playing the engineer class. We're doing an objective where we have to defend a door. They're trying to get their soldiers to plant a bomb on this door so that they can blow it. And we have a certain amount of time to hold out and defend the door. And we just saw a host migration about a minute ago. And that really helped us out, actually, because we were kind of reeling. They had us on the ropes, and I think when it host migrates, it resets everybody to their spawn point, and that gave us a second to regroup and redouble our efforts. That's pretty poor form. I don't like that a host migration can win a game, or can turn the sway of a round. That's kind of dumb. I'm going to get the bad stuff out of the way if you can't tell. It's usually what I do with new games. A lot of people have been saying that the servers are bad, but I've played 3 or 4 games and all the servers have been fine. You saw me chugging a little bit the first like 10 seconds of the game, then it rectified itself. Not really a problem. As for the lobby system, or lack thereof, that needs to be fixed. I can totally agree with the critics on that. There's no sort of lobby system. If you want to play with your friends, you have to join their session in progress. There's no matchmaking. It's just if you start a lobby, you start out playing with bots, and they're replaced by people as they join the game, and that's fucking retarded because bots are awful. And if you're on a team with a lot of bots versus a team that's all people, you're going to lose because the bots are stupid. And the bots all have names. It's not like bot 1, bot 2. It's not like GoldenEye. They all have names, like, I'm trying to see, Zlatkovic, I think, is actually a bot over there. He's on screen right now. And maybe Meyer, I don't know. See, that's the thing, you don't know who's a bot and who's not. Because you don't know if obviously if you see, like, XX Quickscope's legit XX, that's a gamer tag. If you see BlackLightAttack, that's a gamer tag. If you see something that could possibly be a name, but you don't know, like Zlatkovic, that could either be a bot or a person. You have no way of knowing. Maybe somebody has the gamer tag Zlatkovic. Maybe it's a bot that has a Russian name. I don't know. And that's a problem. Now I'm playing the engineer class, which is I think a pretty popular class that's going to be played because it's you're able to buff your own damage. But that doesn't necessarily make them the most powerful class in the game, because they can buff other people's damage. And let's say a soldier or an operative with buff damage is a force to be reckoned with for sure. But they're a very important class for buffing damage and defending, because they can set up mines and turrets. And when you're buffing your teammates' damage, you obviously want to go for the people who are actually people. If you're buffing bots, you're stupid, because the bots are useless, unless you just have no one else to buff. Because you have a limited amount of supplies that you can use to buff people's damage. And then you have to wait for it to recharge. And that sucks. Fuck that. So, I don't know. It's there are definitely some flaws with this game. That's really all I have a problem with so far. So let's talk about what's good about the game. All of the core gameplay elements, the shooting, the free running, the balance, the customization, the classes, it's all fucking phenomenal. Just like I've been saying it would be the entire time. Really, I have no complaints other than what I just said. Because the core gameplay, when it comes down to it, is fucking amazing. There's just no denying that. And look at me playing the objective like a boss. Get that bomb off of ya. So, yeah, from what I've seen, there's so far nothing that's actually overpowered in the game, and you definitely do have to play with your teammates. If you're having trouble completing an objective, then the problem is that you're probably not playing with your team. You're probably going in by yourself and trying to fight like 5 people. If you go in as a team, there's a good chance that you can sway things in your favor. And if your medics are on the job and keeping people up, keeping them alive, you can end up easily turning the tide of battle. So here's like, for example, this is an example of being stupid and not playing with your team. It's just me and Devil May Die versus like 5 people. We obviously weren't going to win that, and that's a good example. So what else? I had something else. Did I mention yet that I really like the fact that it's kind of story driven, but not really? Because you can get little glimpses of the story here and there if you're paying attention, but it's completely optional. You don't really need to pay attention to it to enjoy it. Kind of like Left 4 Dead 2, where there are bits and pieces. If you read like the stuff that's written on the walls in Left 4 Dead, or if you listen to the banter between the characters, you can pick up a little bit of the story, but the narrative isn't really all that important. But yeah, I mean this game, it has just the right amount of storyline where it is kind of story driven, but it doesn't really matter. So it's there if you want it, but you can leave it as well. I like the variety in weapons. Each of the weapons feels individual and solid. And I don't know what else to say about it other than I like it a lot so far. If they could just implement a lobby system, if they can implement a matchmaking system, I think this game would be a 10 out of 10. But as it is right now, I'm going to say like 8 out of 10. So far, I'm not disappointed by it. I understand that a lot of people don't like it so far. But if you guys aren't sure, give it a rent first and see if the problems are enough to sway you from it, or if the gameplay is good enough to keep it going. But anyway, guys, I would give you a score, but this game doesn't really keep track of KD. That's another thing I like about it, actually. There's no KD tracking, and that makes sense because there's killing somebody and then there's incapacitating somebody, because to kill them you kind of need to like run up and finish them off, or they need to be incapacitated for like 15 seconds. So instead, I'm going to go to the scoreboard. You can say I earned the most XP. How much XP you earn is relative to how well you performed. And I got the best overall, I got the best engineer, and I got the most kills. So while it doesn't actually keep track of your KD, it does keep track of your stats just enough. So I really like that. I hope you guys will pick it up or at least give it a rental. I like it a lot. Thanks for watching. Like the video if you liked it. Expect more Brink. Hopefully when I'm less tired and less getting over deadly viruses. My name is BlackLightAttack. Take it easy.